Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting day because y'all, the bees have arrived. And in this video, I'm going to show you the footage of us going to get the bees, my husband setting the bees up and all the stuff, and then also show you the latest thing that we got when it comes to the bees. In one video I showed you the essential starter kit that we have. Now we have another box from Bee Castle that I'm going to show you and go through the contents of that box as well. So y'all, I'm so excited. If you are new here, I'm so glad that you decided to stop by my channel. My name is Barbara. My husband and I live in Tennessee. We live on about 75 acres of land, and we do everything on this channel: gardening, all the homesteading things, food preservation, cooking from scratch, all the things. And now we can say we are beekeepers, okay? So now we can say that we are beekeepers. And I know you're going to say, now, Barbara, I thought you said your husband's going to keep the bees. He is going to keep the bees. But we are one. So we are beekeepers, okay? So if you're new here, I'm glad that you're here. Let me tell you right now, go ahead and subscribe in faith that you're going to love this content, love this channel. It is an awesome community. And in this video, I take you again through a journey of something very brand new to us. We have never had bees before. This is actually our very first time. And so in this video, you're going to hear a lot of I think, maybe, and all that, because we are learning. But that's the exact same way I started out with gardening, and now 6 years later, hey, we still have some I thinks and maybes in the garden, but we have a lot of hey, this worked, this worked, this worked, okay? So if you've been here before, thank you so much for being here. If you did not see our video about us getting bees, I'll pop that right up here so that you can get an idea of why we decided to get bees, what we started with, and all of the things. So first, y'all, let me take you back to the day that we got the bees and walk you through that footage, and then I'll come back and talk to you about what we're gonna do next. Good morning, y'all. Today we are picking up the bees. Your girl is in the car. We are here at the place. Y'all, I asked my husband this morning, why are we doing this? He was like, honey, it's the next natural evolution. Well, I didn't stay in the car long. They begged me to get out, and they assured me that the bees were completely enclosed and I had no danger in front of me. So I got out, and you can hear our conversation as we ask a couple of questions. I was expecting some big, like, how many in there?
Probably, I'd say they 15, 20,000 in there. You gotta pet each one of them.
Hey, buddy, go to work.
Did y'all hear that? 15 to 20,000 bees in that little box. So then the next question my husband asked was, how far away from the garden? Because we noticed that his hives were way, way away.
I think they say 200 foot. Mine's probably a little further than that. Okay. They don't need to be near any caged animals like dogs. You get something like that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Not right up against the neighbor.
Well, yeah, we ain't got no neighbors.
But we do have dogs. But the dogs run over. They're free.
But yeah, the dogs, yeah, they don't hang out out there. Because the garden is probably 200 feet away from the house. It's on out there. So they were on the other side, but they were only about 20 feet on the other side of the garden. But we are in the garden all the time. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe we ought to push them on out a little bit.
Back.
So then the next question is, okay, now the bees are in this box. What do we do when we get home? So listen to his answer to my husband about what to do.
And let them start flying, because they're going to try to reorient. And I'd wait probably another 20, 30 minutes before I install them.
Okay.
What are they doing for those 20 or 30 minutes? They just flying around?
They're just flying around. They'll come out, because I just closed them up this morning before daylight, and they'll be flying around trying to reorient where they're at.
Gotcha. So just take this and pop that little thing. Oh, that's it. Yeah, pull it over.
Yeah, this right here bends, that part there. Yeah. And you can bend it up, and it'll actually fit back in there where it'll stay open.
Wow.
I think you open the door and just back away.
Back away from it. Yeah, you don't sit there and
yeah, it does.
I see it. Yeah,
I just mashed it down this morning, but when you get home, you can just pop that up like that and bend it, get it like that.
Gotcha.
And leave the entry.
All right. So after the 20, 30 minutes, you let them reorient. And when you're putting them in, you just put them, I guess, by the entrance of the door of the hive, and they'll just figure it out. Or
No, these actually got frames in it.
oh, okay.
It's got the whole. It's got.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's 5 of those, and you'll set them right in the middle of the hive.
Gotcha.
And
Do you alternate it with your empty ones, or
Not
just
right-
put
not-
all of them?
not
Just
right
put all
now.
of them right in the middle.
Put 'em all
Do you
right
put
in the
5 empty ones in there too, or just
Yeah.
leave it?
Yeah, because if you
And
don't,
just push the 5 empty ones to the edge.
yeah, if you don't do that, they'll burr comb, they'll build comb and stuff
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So we put in 5 blank ones and then 5 with the bees.
Yes.
Yeah.
But all these goes right in the center of the hive, and then put the other ones on the outside.
On the outside. Gotcha. All right.
Do you want another deep on top of it now, or add the other deep later?
I would probably wait a week or 2 just to see how they do. There is like baby bees ready to hatch. They got brown cappings on them.
Okay.
And so once all those start hatching, another week or so, you probably need to put you another box on.
Okay. All right.
And what I normally do is there's a frame in there that I can tell it's got developing larvae or eggs or something. I'll pull it up in that top box and set it right in the middle, and then put my
When you add your top.
yeah, when you add your
Okay.
top ones, and then put your empty frames up against it.
Gotcha.
And then at that point, you could drop your empty in the middle of where those old ones were,
Okay.
and they'll start drawing in. Because anywhere where there's brood and stuff, it triggers them to build that comb faster.
So we left there, and on the way home from picking up the bees, we stopped by Dollar General to get some sugar because he said we needed to feed them a water sugar mixture. This is almost like an emergency food for them for sustenance. I think you do this in the spring, and the ratio is 1-to-1. So 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and the sugar needed to be just plain white granulated sugar. So I mix this up, and then I just add in some hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling. So I have a kettle on that you can't see with water in it. I add it to the sugar mixture once I weigh out the ingredients, and I let the sugar dissolve, and then we let it cool, and then we put it into the feeder. And you'll see that when we set the bees up, you'll see the feeder, but it's almost like you just put it in a mason jar. There's a cap that you put on top of it that has some holes in it, and it drips down, and the bees are able to get it. So my understanding is that you also give them sugar water in the winter, and that ratio is a 2-to-1. And I think that helps them provide some type of sustenance as well during the winter, and hopefully they'll survive the winter and all of that. So we got all of that ready, and so now my husband is putting together the frames before we go out to finally let the bees go to their new hive. So I'll go in and check on my husband. He's putting together the frames, and if you remember, these look just like the frames that the beekeeper showed us. And so in what we bought, I think it's called a nook or a colony, it has 5 frames that are full of bees in that white box, and then these additional 5 frames will go also in the hive. And I think this is where they will, make extra honey and larvae and all this other good stuff. So they look very similar. My husband said these boxes were pretty easy to put together. All of this came in the essential beekeeping kit from Bee Castle that we did in the earlier video. If you did not see that earlier video, I will pop it up here at the top so you can go and watch that video. In that video, we talk about why we finally decided to get bees. We show you all of our beekeeping supplies to get started. And so if you're interested in having bees, that is a great video to watch. And also there is a link in that video where you can get the beekeeping kit. Now my husband is making sure that the smoker is ready to go. And so there are pellets that also came with this that you put on the inside of that. And then as you saw, he was kind of pumping the back. That's how the smoke is going to come out. And you use the smoke to help calm down the bees so that they don't get angry or attack you. But I think it does. The smoke does something to their senses or something like that. So you'll see that as well when we go out. So we're getting everything together. My husband's about to get dressed up in his bee suit, and we're about to go to the hive. So we headed down to the site where the bees are going to go. And I say we, I'm actually following my husband. He is in his truck with the bees. I'm in my truck without the bees. I did not want to take any chances whatsoever of being in the car with the bees. And while he's doing the thing, one of them get out and all that. So I'm being extra cautious. But I'm down here for moral support and just to see what this process is going to be like. So we picked a spot much further than we originally told you for the bees. After listening to the beekeeper, we feel like we needed to be much further away from the garden. So that's what we picked. So he is starting to get the stuff out of the car. He's first putting out the cinder blocks. He's going to put the beehive on cinder blocks. And so he's getting situated to get it started. My husband is getting the things out of his truck. Y'all, I'm in my truck with the windows up. Like, I don't want any mishaps whatsoever, but I also want to make sure my husband's going to be okay. But he's all suited up. The bee pants would not fit over these pants, and they're really the same material, so he just kept his pants on. But he has everything tucked in. He's fully covered. He got some cinder blocks. This is what the beehive is going to sit on. And again, everything that I'm sharing is either stuff that we've heard, someone has told us, or my husband has researched. But we were told that the beehive does not need to be on the ground because rodents and mice can get in there. And so if you put it up on blocks, I think it needs to be at least a couple of feet off the ground is what we heard, 18 to 24 inches. And so if you keep the hive off of the ground, then it'll be hard for the mice to get in, or as they try to stand up, then they'll get stung by the bees on their underside. So that's the reason why you want it kind of lifted. Now, also, if you'll notice, this is much further back. This is much further back than what we originally showed you guys because we thought it was a little bit too close to the garden. I think my husband walked it off. I'll have to ask him how many feet it is, but here is the hive that he's put together. And so he's sitting the box on top of, and it looks like it's only covering one block. So I guess he'll move that closer together. So this, I think, is called the deep box. And from what we're told, the deep box is all that we need for the first 30 days until they, I think, build out their comb. And then that's when you put something called the super on top. So I can see that he's trying to put it together. There's our little bees right there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm in the car. But your girl is nervous. Oh my goodness. So if you didn't see my video about the beekeeping kit that we got, this deep box is part of the essential starter kit from Bee Castle. I did a whole video. I will pop it up here so that you guys can see that. Bee Castle is sponsoring a portion of this video. And I'll show you later on in the video the other stuff that they sent us as well. So on the first video, I showed you they sent this essential beekeeping starter set. And y'all, really, we're set up. We haven't had to buy anything. And I will also link this starter kit in the description box below, as well as the new thing that they sent us that we'll open up a little bit later in the video. But it really has everything that we need. So everything that you see my husband has, this deep box, the frames, all of that was provided in that essentials box. The gloves, the bee suit, the hat, all of the things. So he got the hive set up on the cinder blocks. And so now he is taking the bees out of the truck and taking them over to the hive. It is just wild to me that there are like 15 to 20,000 bees in that one white box. I don't know what I was expecting it to look like. I don't know. I guess I thought they were like in a bag or something is the way I thought about it. But I guess, again, not knowing what we bought, you know, he said it was a nook. I didn't know what that meant. But I think that's the part that means that they're on frames. Now, I think you can buy packaged bees where they do come like in a bag of some sort. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this, but my husband is getting all of his stuff out of the truck. And so the very next step is to pop that little thing open at the bottom and let the bees come out, just like the beekeeper showed us. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. So he is popping it open, and then I see him step back. That means it's open. The bees are out. I see him swatting. Now, it's hard for you to see it from the car, but I could see them. You probably can see them now swarming around just a little bit. They were small compared to what I thought they were going to be like, but I guess they get bigger. Okay, guys, your girl is in the car still, not getting out. So the bees are doing what they call foraging, which the guy told us that, you know, you saw what my husband did. He opened like that little clip on the side to let them come out. And I think this is where they get used to their new environment. They have to get oriented. So he said to let them do this about 20 minutes, and then my husband will take the frames that we got, the Nook, and put it in the box, and then give them the sugar water. So we got the sugar water ready. We found the feeder, all that. So I can't believe it, y'all. We got bees on the farm. And this is where you will always see me. Well, maybe I'll get a suit and get my nerve up enough to get close, but don't count on it. Don't count on it. So yeah, my husband said that you got to get used to the sound and then being on you. I asked him if he was scared, if he was nervous. He was like, no, not really. He's like, you heard the sound. He's like, you just got to get used to the sound and all of them. Yeah, I'm in the car locked up tight, and I'm looking around like, I was talking to my husband through the window. I had it cracked ever so slightly. I saw a bee approaching. I was like, he in mid-sentence. Your girl then window up. Window up. Okay. So my husband said, he's like, you got to get used to them buzzing, feeling them on you and all that. He said that's going to make him, again, more comfortable. So the bees are out, and so he's letting them kind of reorient themselves and fly around for about 15 or 20 minutes. And we talked for a few minutes, but like I told you, I had to roll that window up when those bees start, looked like they were coming my way. But my husband, he was cool, he was chill. So now he's getting the smoker ready so that he is ready when it's time to start transferring the hives from the box into the hive box. So he has his smoker, he's lighting his stuff, and he's pumping it out to see how to do it. And then he also said that he wished it was a bigger plume. You can see a little bit of an ember. I'm telling y'all, if it was me, it'd be an inferno. I'm trying to make sure that whatever senses need to be numbed so that you don't sting me and attack me, that is what's happening. But he had a plume of smoke, and it worked just fine. So he starts heading toward the beehive. He turns around, he gives me the peace sign like, hey, we're about to go to war. And so he heads over there to complete the mission. And so, of course, he's going to use the smoker. And the first step is just to open the top of the box. And you can see he's smoking, making sure that, I guess, they can smell the smoke and that whatever is supposed to happen so that they chill out. He's making sure that they do that. Because remember, there's already bees outside of the white box. But, of course, there's tons of more bees on the inside when he opens that top flap. So he takes all the excess paper off. He turns the box around so that it's facing, I guess, the right direction. And he's going to grab his smoker again just to make sure that he is good to go. Look at all of those bees as he opens up the top. There are tons more that come out, and they're flying all the way around. And he starts a smoking. I don't blame him. I'd be smoking too, just to make sure. So the next task, and you can see him up close there. So the next task is for him to pull out those frames. Remember, there's 5 in the white box, and he has to transfer them to the Bee Castle hive box. So here he goes with frame number 1. So he gets it up. It is covered with bees, and boom, he has it in there. So 1 frame down, 4 to go. So he does the smoker again, and now he goes back in to get frame number 2. And so he picks it up. Well, maybe he feels like he doesn't have a good grip, but he picks it up, and you'll see covered. But boom, he gets it in there. He's doing so good. He's now down to the very last frame. He's done 4. He only has 1 left. And you can see he's definitely more comfortable. He's got the box on the ground. Bees are all around him. He's not flinching. But he gets the last one up out of the box. And oh my goodness, he did it, y'all. He did it. Oh my goodness. So proud of my husband. I was in the car just screaming. Wow. Oh my goodness, y'all. You better have a man's man. Especially if you're too scared to do it yourself. Oh my goodness. He got it done. And so now he's going to put the top and the cover on. That's right, cover those bees right on up. So he puts the top and the cover on, but you can just tell from the first time of pulling out the frame until now, he's definitely, at least it appears that he's more comfortable. He's not flinching. He's not swatting. Like, I can see them all around his back, his face, and he is just doing his thing oblivious. And in my opinion, I'm like, he's not even moving with the quickness. And so then he puts this box in front of the hive. The guy said, of course, all of the bees don't come out. Like, there's still some in the box, quite a few. And so he said to put the box right up near the hive, and that they will migrate into the box over the next 24 hours, and they can just go in there on their own. You see the dogs are just not even phased. They're chilling. Look at all those bees that's still left in there. So now my husband's going to go to the truck to get the sugar water mixture so that we can feed them. So that's the sugar water we made up earlier. We put it in a mason jar, and it sits down in that little white thing. This is called an entrance feeder. And so there's holes at the bottom of that white lid. Y'all, the bees are like, oh, it's dinner time. We're hungry. But this provides sustenance for them, I guess, to get established and to kind of boost up the colony. So y'all, we did it. Well, he did it, but because we're one, we did it. I'm so proud. And I already feel like these bees are like my pets. So y'all, when it comes to the bees, I said in the video before that my husband is going to be the beekeeper, just because, y'all, when I get stung by a bee, it's like a whole ordeal. Now, I wanted to clarify something, because in the last video, I said that I was allergic to bees. And I looked up to make sure. I'm like, am I allergic or do I have a reaction? I do not have an allergic. I have not had an allergic reaction where it's called anaphylactic, where you stop breathing and your throat swells and all that. I have not had that. What happens when I get stung by a bee is that I swell up wherever the site is, break out in hives, and it just like literally takes me down for like 48 hours. Like, I have zero energy. I feel really sleepy and tired. And let's just say a normal person may swell up just a little bit and then they put something on it and then they're fine. Mine lasts for like days. So I would say that's more of a very, a stronger reaction maybe than most, but it's not to the point where I've been stung by a bee before and I had trouble breathing. So I wanted to clarify that. So I want to make sure that I'm not using the wrong term, because there are people out there that are severely allergic with bees, and I do not want to put myself in that category and minimize somebody who's stopped breathing versus me that may be breaking out in hives, if that makes sense. So I did want to clarify that. But because of that, y'all, I try my best not to get stung at all, because my body is just so sensitive. Y'all know about a month or so ago, I was filling up some pots, reached my hand in a bag of soil, and something bit me. I don't know what it was, but y'all, yes, I was down for the count for like 4 or 5 days. It bit me on the hand. You guys saw the pictures and all that good stuff. And so when it comes to my husband, they don't bother him. Like, I don't think that my husband has been bit since we've been out here in the country. I don't think he has. I've been bit, I think, 3 times in 6 years, which is not a ton, but I remember those 3 times, okay? And so with my husband, like, they just don't even bother him. But I'm telling y'all, when I come outside, it's like they got a call, woo, 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 woo. She out here, y'all. She out here. Let's get her. Like, it's something, I don't know what's in my blood. I don't know. Maybe it's the blood of Jesus. Maybe they don't like the Jesus in me. I don't know. Anyway, so because of that, my husband's the beekeeper. Because I'm not gonna say I'm deathly afraid of the bees, but I just don't want a reaction. That's what I don't want. So he has offered or decided he's gonna do the bees, and your girl is gonna be the support. Okay, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed so far watching the footage of us getting bees. And let me just tell you, this is a few days later, and I feel like the bees are my pets. Like, I haven't been back out there, but I'm constantly, when I drive by, I'm looking over at the hive, and I'm like, are they okay? Like, did they get cold? Like, are they okay? The girl who is scared of the bees is like, maybe it's just the mother nurturing instinct in me. I'm like, are the bees okay? But yeah, I feel like they're my little pets, and I'm like, I want to go check on them. He was like, what we checking? Like, it's only been a few days. I don't know. But anyway, let's open up this box from Bee Castle and see what else they sent. Oh my goodness, it's big and it's heavy. So let's see what's in here. And maybe I'll recognize a few more things because I've learned a couple of things. We'll see. I can already tell you that I want another hive for sure. Okay, so this, I don't remember what this is called, but I know we got one in the other box because it's still in here. So now we have two. We have two of whatever this is. So we have that. And this looks like another box. This may be the super for sure. It's heavy. So this is the top. It looks like the top of the other one. And I'm assuming that is the cover or the front of the actual hive and such. And then I can see some frames. Y'all, this is heavy. My husband has to put this together for sure. What I love is that this is such good quality, and from what I understand, this is called waxed. And I think my husband said that you can get these hive kits. I'm going to use the word unfinished. That's not the word that he used, but like unfinished. And I think you have to either apply wax or paint them. But ours came already waxed, and I think it lasts for, I don't know, a few years is what I heard him say. But I love the look of the wood. It looks great. It's great quality. A whole bunch of these. And I think these are what he used to build the frames. So let me get this paper that's at the bottom. Okay, so here's what we have: an 8-10 frame, 3-layer beehive. That's what is supposedly in the box. So let's take a look. So it looks like we have a deep box and a super box, deep frames, super frames, and that'll put together the complete hive. So it looks like what they sent before was the starter kit, which is what you need to start, which is the deep box, which is what you've seen in this footage. And then remember, in about 30 days, we go back out there. They should have, I think he said, started to create honey or some type of whatever on the other frames. And then that's when we put the super on it. I think we put the queen up there and exclude her. Again, I know very, very little. I gotta go back and watch that video. But I can just tell you, just from getting the bees, seeing my husband put it together and hearing some of the terminology, I feel a lot more comfortable that we can learn it, that we can do it, and it doesn't feel as complicated as it did before. So that's what's in the box. We have the metal cover, which is this. Uh-oh. You kind of saw that on the video before. We have the end panels, the side panels. We have the queen excluder. That's what this is. This is called the queen excluder. So I don't know all the ins and outs, but somehow this keeps the queen. I think the queen stays in the super so that she doesn't hatch new eggs down there where the bees are, I think, or I could have that reversed. I told you there's gonna be a lot of I thinks in here, but you best believe your girl gonna figure it out. We gonna know it. There's a deep foundation, bottom bars, and there's an entrance reducer, screws, and nails. So it looks like these are the instructions of how to put it together. And this is what the end goal will look like there. So we will have the cover, the inner cover, the super box. Then it looks like the queen excluder goes between the super box and the deep box. That makes sense. And then another deep box, a bottom board, and an entrance reducer. So I'm wondering if we'll have 2 deep boxes, and if so, why two deep boxes and 1 super? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So my husband will put this together, and when we do another check-in in 30 days or so, we will definitely take footage, and we will keep you posted on the bees. So y'all, I can't believe I'm actually excited. I don't know that I was this excited. No, I wasn't this excited before. I wanted bees because it does feel like the next natural evolution. I would love to have my own honey, but I knew that I could not sign up for bees, learning it, putting it together, and being out there with them. Now I'm a little bit more open to it. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% gonna be out there, but I am excited to have the bees. I'm happy to support my husband as the lead beekeeper and all that. I'm excited to have my own honey. I already want another hive. I think we'll have to wait till next year and get another hive. Something about, I think you get them in the bees in the spring, because he told me why you get them in the spring and why you don't want to get them in the summer. He said it's much more work if you don't get them. If you get them after May 1st, it's much more work, but I don't understand all the ins and outs. So, but I already want another hive. I want to have 2 out there, maybe 3. And of course, I don't think we should expect honey. I think he said until next year. The goal, I think, now is to get them established, and hopefully they make it through this winter. And we'll be learning as we go. And then hopefully they will still be there next spring and can make us some honey, and they won't swarm or leave or whatever. Now I wish we would have gotten 2, but again, it's always a good place to start. It's kind of like when I started my garden, I started with 4 raised beds. I did not start with everything that you see here, and you build over time. And that's why it's a journey, right? You put your foot out there and you learn as you go. And so I am reminded, y'all, and I say this often, that the bees seemed overwhelming. It seemed intimidating, but that's exactly how gardening felt for me 5 years ago. And so if you are a new gardener and you feel overwhelmed and you feel hopeful, but you're like, I'm not sure what I'm doing, I feel clueless, I'm not sure if I'm going to even have any food this summer, I just want to encourage you. Don't give up. Put your foot in the water and keep going. This is how you do it. Because one thing I can assure you of is that if you sit on the couch and you dream about a garden, but you never put your hands in the soil and you never put seeds in the ground, you will not have a garden. That is what I know. So I could have dreamed about having honey. I could have gotten me a label for honey, that I'm going to sell honey even though I didn't have honey. I could have done all the things. But had I not placed the order for the bees, guess who's not going to have honey? And so there is a lesson in all of this. And I'm so glad that we took this step, and really my husband raised his hand and said, hey, I'll do it, and I want to do it. But I'm so glad that I feel much better, but I would not have felt better had I not done it. And so I feel good. I feel really, really good. I'm excited about the bees, and I cannot wait to show you what happens on this new part of our homesteading journey. Y'all, if you have any questions, put them down below. Maybe my husband can answer them. Maybe I can answer a couple. I don't know. I will link the video that he told me was a great video for him. I will also link Bee Castle, where we got our supplies from. Thank you, Bee Castle, for sponsoring this part of the video. Thank you for sending us everything that we needed to get our bee hive up and going. A huge congratulations, a huge thank you. I will link both of these items down in the description box below. And y'all remember, this is all a journey. But y'all, let's do it together. I'll see you in the next video.